Okay, Summer. Today we are looking at living and non-living things on this earth. Okay? So when I say living things, what type of things do you think of when I say living?
Animals.
Animals? Yeah.
Plants.
Plants? Yeah.
Grass.
Grass? Yeah. And a couple more?
Lightning.
Lightning? Okay. Yeah. Anything else?
And rain.
And what about you and I? Are we living?
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. We are living. Now, when I say non-living, if you just have a look around this room, what type of things can you see that you think are non-living?
The wall.
Okay, yep, the wall.
The plastic bottle.
Yep, the plastic bottle. What else?
The curtain.
Yep, perfect, the curtains. All right, so what do you think it means when we say living? What does something have to be if it's living, or something that it has to do?
Has to move.
Okay, so you think that in order for something to be living, that it has to move. Is that right? Excuse me. Okay, so is that why you said that lightning and clouds are living? Because they move?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that in order to be living that we do other things than just move?
Yes.
So if you think about you as a living being, what type of things do you do? Or what are some of your features that make you living as opposed to, say, a plastic bottle here that's not living? What can you do that's different? Or what do you do that's different?
I eat.
Absolutely. So you eat. Yeah.
I drink.
Yeah. So you drink. Yeah. You do. What else do you do? You do this and you probably don't even think that you're doing it, but it involves your lungs, your nose, and your mouth.
I breathe.
You breathe. Absolutely, you breathe. You also move though, don't you?
Yes.
Like you can move, and then you also go from being this. What do you call that? What are you doing there?
Growing.
So you grow, don't you? So whilst you move, which is what you thought living things do, you also eat, you drink, you breathe, you grow, don't you?
Yes.
So there's lots of different features about being living. It's not just moving, is it? So some of the other things that are classified as when something is living, as well as growing and developing, you also use energy. So you know what I mean by that, when you use energy.
Yes.
You reproduce. So what does that mean?
You make more or something.
Yeah, so when you have babies, you reproduce. You're made up of cells, and you can respond and adapt to your environment around you. Okay, so what I want you to have a little think about now that we know that living doesn't just mean something that moves, does it? There's other features as well, isn't there, that involves something that is living, right? So if I said to you then, because before when I said to name me some things that were living, you said animals, and then you also said a tree, didn't you? So if we have a look at that, because they're two very different things, aren't they? But what's the biggest thing that they have in common?
They breathe.
Yep, but they're
living.
They're living, aren't they? Right? So if we have a look at, say, the big gum tree out the front and your dog, Prime, what are some of the similar features that they do?
They walk. No. They breathe.
That they have. Yep, so they breathe. They both breathe. So the tree and your dog breathe. What else do they have? Think about what we were talking about before, like when you eat, when you grow, when you reproduce.
They both grow.
They both grow. Yeah.
They move.
They both move, so they move. Yep. So the big tree out the front and the dog, he breathes. He grows. They grow. You need to stop doing that. Sorry. So let's focus for a little bit. So the tree out the front and your dog Prime, the similar things that they have, because they're both living, is that they both breathe, they both grow, they both move. Can you think of anything else that they both do?
Make more or something. They reproduce.
They can reproduce. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that's right. But when you first thought about it, did you actually think that a tree and an animal would have anything in common? You don't think that, do you?
No.
You just think that animals and animals will have something in common, and plants will have something in common. Is that right? But the biggest thing is that they are both what?
Living.
Right. And in order for something to be living, it doesn't just have to be moving, does it?
No.
So what are some of the other features that make something living? We've got they grow and develop. What else?
They
breathe. They breathe. They
eat.
They eat. Yep. They also
Drink.
Yep. They drink. Yep. They
Produce.
They reproduce. Yep. That's right. And there's just a couple more. They're made up of cells, and they respond and adapt to their environment. Do you understand when I say that?
Yes.
So do you understand now that just because something moves doesn't mean that it's living?
Yeah.
And that you can identify some similar features with things if you know or you need to work out whether one thing's living and another thing's living.
Yeah.
So if you've got a plant and an animal, two very different things, but they have something in common that they're both living.
Yes.
They might do things a little bit different, like breathing and growing at a different time and so forth, but they still do those core things, don't they?
Right.
So do you understand that a little bit better now?
Yeah.
That just because it moves doesn't mean it's living, and that it has to have, there's a whole system with it, and there's lots of features to living. Yeah?
Right. Yes.
Yep. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.